Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Hentai to Listen. I am Jarrett.
I'm Matt.
Normally, we would have done a recording, but Matt didn't have enough money to go to Animinne. I don't blame him.
I'm a broke-ass bitch.
Speaking of Animinne, I'm going to break down my review of it. Well, it's Animinne. All right, no, I'm kidding.
I mean, that's kind of like what it boils down to, right? Is like it's Animinne. Animinne has pretty much always been solid. I can't imagine a lot of shit went wrong.
Oh, there was a lot of shit that went wrong.
Oh yeah, because you said you had some fucking
So for the first time ever, I don't even know if the texts were present. I mean, I guess they kind of were, but maybe their numbers went down.
Yeah.
So the first panel I had was changed my mind. When I got there, the projector didn't work.
the one thing we needed.
Yeah. So the projector didn't work. It took about 10 minutes to change it out. And then after that, it went off without a hitch. However, once again, if you're going to a participation panel, you should probably think, you already know what the topic is because I wrote it in the description. Mm-hmm. So, hey, maybe there might be a topic where I might participate. Well, for some odd reason, it just seems like a lot of people agreed with all the topics. Which boggled my mind. I'm like, really? All of these?
Not a single person is like, hold on.
Yeah. So
I find that so hard to believe.
I mean, there was a couple that's like they disagreed with, but there was like a one-liner disagreement to it.
Yeah.
What was that? I can't remember off the top of my head. Oh, it wasn't the Girls' Generation one.
I would have thought many people would have been like, hold on!
No.
With that one.
Well, there was this one girl that came up, like, well, they're good, but they're not the greatest. One of those vague type of...
Not even like an argument. It's just like, well,
They're good, but they're not the greatest. But she had nobody to say it,
She didn't even, like, bring up Red Velvet or, like, other...
No.
Okay. Sure, why not?
So yeah, and then the next night, the hentai doubleheader hentai panels, packed room usually as always.
Yep.
Until for like 10 minutes, and then people started leaving. I don't know why, but I think I kind of know reason why. So this was kind of bad on my part because fucking elevators are at that around that time. So I'll get down there. Rush past the whole fucking line because there's a big giant line out there
always
checking IDs and everything. This is my panel. I gotta go. All right, cool. Good. Go. Go. Get in there, hook everything up. Once again, projector. I don't know what the fuck was going on. Say, hey, I forgot what happened, but eventually projector kicked on, switched over to HDMI. And I'm playing the video, and there's no sound. I'm like, where the hell's the sound? And I'm quiet, and the sound is coming out of the projector.
Did you hook up the? Because normally they give you an audio cable to hook up to your laptop, don't they?
Yes. Well, I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So I'm like, where the hell's the sound? There's no sound. I'm like, oh, it's coming out of the projector. I look over the projector. There's no cord that's going from the projector to, the speaker or the mixer. It's like, hey, can you get one of the techs out there? Say, hey, man, I got no sound and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And everything like that. And so that took... I don't know, maybe another 20, 30 minutes just to get that little stupid box with the XLR. So, yeah. So that happened. Their speakers suck, by the way. Like, I cranked the shit out of it, and I'm talking to it, trying to over-talk the people in the peanut gallery.
Yeah.
And it's like crackle, crackle, crackle. and everything.
Damn, that's so sad. Like last time I remember the speakers and everything was fucking fire as shit. So
I don't know, but that. What else? For some odd reason, this time there's only one mic. Yeah.
Don't they have like group panels?
I guess.
Okay.
And changed my mind. I was expecting another mic, so I'm sharing mics with the people talking.
Yeah.
And everything like that. So it's like, and then I realized I asked for a floor mic because remember last time it was a Meadow, we had a floor to stand. I come to realize that was mine or my mom's that I brought. So, but anyway, other than that, it was okay. I finally went to the Nerdlesque thing. Wow, I swear, man, just the Woo Girls is ridiculous. Woo! There was this one girl up on the stage. I don't know what she was cosplaying as. Oh my god, she could not do anything at all. She was trying to twerk but couldn't.
You know, I have a hard time criticizing that stuff. Like, I respect the enthusiasm, I respect the confidence. You go do you. Damn well, I never attend one of those.
Well, I was bored, like, cause at this time I'm like most of the time, like Friday I got there around 3-ish.
Mm-hmm.
So I went up, got there, checked in, did a lap around, the hall, bought what I need to buy before, it sells out the next freaking day, which I'm glad I did.
Yeah. Did it like sell out the next day?
Well, yes and no.
Okay.
Because I bought 2 Fox plushies. One, they had 2 colors, a white one.
Okay.
A white one, that white one right there, and a regular orange one. And I got the last white one, so I'm like,
thank God.
I'm pretty sure that would have been sold out within an hour or so.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, did that, went back to my room, and then I pretty much stayed there until my panel came up, and then that was it. I woke up no. I'll say this, the best part of my experience going to Animinne is the fucking gym. They have a nice fucking gym.
Yeah, they do have a nice gym there.
I mean, it's if you've ever been to Planet Fitness, it's about half the size of that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Nice.
It sucked because there was I guess another meetings going on the 5th floor, and I couldn't play basketball because I had it closed out.
Lame.
Yeah, it was bullshit. So most of my time was in the gym. The whole weekend.
Interesting. To be fair, most of my time is like in the room or in the dealer hall. So
yeah.
If I'm not doing panels, not that I don't like other people's panels, but it's like unless you're a celebrity guest that I'm like, oh, I'm a fan of your work, or this is kind of interesting. I'm just like, y'all are kind of fucking cringe.
Yeah, and
which I guess we fucking run hentai panels, so what do we know?
Well, yeah, and that brings
what do we know?
That brings me up to my next point. I know I've said this like one of the first couple episodes. This might sound hypocritical, but you guys need some new ideas, man. Because how many times have I seen on the schedule Waifu Wars?
Well, that's just the traditional stuff, but I agree. They need to change it up.
No, I mean, this is not from... This is not...
Oh, not from the...
con itself panels.
This is like the guest-submitted ones. Not like invited guests, but like the attendee panels is what I should say.
Yeah. Like, how many times have I sine autism
autism in the anime community, which, I mean, some stuff I get. Like, some of that's important to talk about. Every year? Like every year, every single fucking con. I swear it's there at every con. Again, not trying to disparage or say that it's bad or shouldn't be talked about, but it's like, man, I feel like we can change the topic a little bit because I guarantee if you've gone to one, you've gone to all of them.
Yeah.
There's always the My Hero class panel or whatever the fuck. I'm pretty sure I've seen it.
One this year.
Oh my god, they're dead. Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, there was.
Let's go.
This year. But yeah, it's like most of the panels I read, I should say, on the schedule, it's like
it seems pretty copy and paste from the last handful of times.
Yeah,
I agree.
Again, they changed out, you know, there's some, but even still, some of the ones is like, I don't want to go to that.
Yeah, I understand. And yeah, I guess, you know, you could call us hypocrites because you guys just show hentai. But, like, we have
but it changes out.
A, we're not showing the same fucking hentai every time. B, it's fucking hilarious because of how bad some of this shit is, and the crowd makes it great. Plus, our commentary is never the same. I mean, A, how could it be? See point A. But, you know, we try and change it up. We try and keep it higher energy. We try and make it fun and just, you know, fuck around for an hour and a half or whatever. That's great. If you try and do, like, a super serial panel where you're dressing up as the My Hero crew, it's only entertaining, like, once.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Because there's not much room to expand on that.
No. So, I mean, so for future, like, I brought it up to Matt when I was there. Because there was a scene in Starless where I got the idea.
Yeah.
Remember the pool ball scene?
I don't want to.
But you know,
I remember it. I don't want to remember it.
So during the showcase of Starless, there's like a lot of girls just freaking out during that scene of like, you know what? This gives me an idea of the next panel. I'm gonna put together a collage of
a compilation of the most weird shit in hentai,
and then put a warning. It's like, hey, you're gonna see some shit.
Yeah, you're gonna see the following shit. If this bothers you, fucking leave.
Do not
or
come.
Don't leave. I don't care.
Do not come.
Yeah.
You know, you've been warned.
Yeah, you have been warned. So, yeah, kind of my spiel that I normally do when we do our hentai things of like, you know, you're gonna see some shit, blah blah blah. So
I mean, I did cut out the, you know, scat scenes, or at least cut them short.
Yeah.
Because,
no one wants to see that.
But now,
if you do, you're lying. Now we're gonna dedicate an entire panel to it.
Well, not to scat, but just
yeah. I know what you mean.
But yeah,
I feel like 90% of what we're showing is just gonna be night shift nurses.
I had to think about that.
Everyone's like, "Is this just the same fucking show? Like, are you even showing clips?" It's like, "Oh wait, no. Oh wait, that's just the series."
But yeah, next time I can hopefully I want to see how many you get right during this scene at Hentai. I'll fast forward. I'll put it on the screen.
Oh, okay.
Next time you come over.
Quiz show. Let's go.
So, because you never saw obviously you never saw them because I never saw.
Yeah, I never saw the ones that you did, so I was hands off with that. So,
but yeah, look for that. Maybe it might be meta depending on who's the. I know I said before I don't want to go to meta, but depending on who the guest is.
Yeah, we pretty much cut meta out no matter who the guests are because most guests don't fucking care.
No. Again, another bad thing I didn't like, or I wish I took back, it was like a hit and miss. I bought a pop figure of Mavis.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, this voice actor's coming to, you know, Twin Cities. Well, I was right and I was wrong at the same time.
Oh, no. How so?
She came last year, and she signed my toga. She was the same chick that signed my toga.
Oh, my God. That's so funny.
I was like, because I remember, I'm like, oh, she's coming to Twin Cities Con.
But your brain's like, yeah.
That was last year.
That
was last year.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so now I have that in my collection. It's like, well, hopefully in a couple more years she'll come back.
Guys, the channel mascot's here. Roxas. We have to give him a little bit of attention.
So, anyway, that's my review. I think next year I'm going to start bringing my own shit. I would bring my own speakers, but...
that's a lot of work.
Yeah. I mean, depending on how big they are. I mean, some of them are super light, but super fucking loud.
Yeah. That's true.
I don't know how much...
I don't know how much effort that would be to be like, hold on, guys, we're going to say, fuck your setup, and we brought our own.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That might be worth it, might not be.
I mean, I know Guitar Center rents out, but
Guitar Center does rent setups, yeah.
I don't know how much they weigh.
No idea, to be honest with you.
So, I mean, yeah, so next year I'm just going to bring my own little XLR to that little, I don't know what box it is, but whatever it was that took 30 minutes to find, I'm gonna buy my own.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna once again borrow my own floor stand mic again. Anyway, moving on. So I can't remember if I mentioned this. We mentioned this last time, but this time we have a list of manga to anime adaptations that we want.
That we want. This isn't some list from Japan or anything like that.
No.
So
who wants to go? How many do you have?
I have 12.
12. Okay.
Yeah. How many do you have?
9.
9. Okay, so we can do. So I can do like 2 in a row because they're pretty quick, and then so we can just do it back and forth basically. So okay, I'll just go real first. First on my list is Boys Abyss. Anyone who hasn't read this, it is about a horrendous individual that basically has control over the town that she lives in and is super controlling of her son, and it just keeps revealing plot point after plot point of dismal, depressing bullshit, and you wonder why anyone A, lives in this fucking town, B, interacts with these individuals at all, and see how they're not all fucking dead from killing themselves. It's a very dark, very well written. Think what's that fucking Netflix show? Black Mirror or whatever, where they show like the really increasingly depressing dystopian events. Imagine,
never mind. I'm thinking of another one.
Maybe that's not Black. Maybe I think that's Black Mirror, and someone can correct me. I don't watch the show. But yeah, think that in manga form. Only instead of dystopian realities, it's just this small concentration of depression and anxiety and horrendous people. So yeah, that's one of my. I would love to see that animated in the style of March Comes In Like a Lion. I think that would be just. I think it would fit it really good. Second one is Yankee JK Kuzuhana-chan, Delinquent High School Girl. This one is super cute. It kind of gained popularity around the time as of My First Girlfriend Is a Gal's decline in popularity because it was a shit anime and the manga's gone to shit. Very similar thing where, you know, boys in an all-girls school of gals, and oh no, they harass him, but then the one delinquent girl is got the heart of gold and is his friend, and friendship and romance develops. I really like this one because it actually subverts a lot of tropes. One of my favorite scenes is it's one of those, like, you know, the evil characters like, I'm going to get the boy expelled, so I'm going to hide stuff in his locker that make it look like he's a pervert and stole them. And, you know, the scene develops and you're like, oh, fuck, not this again. And literally all the characters are like, yeah, we know you didn't steal them, so, like, calm down, and we're gonna figure this out together. Like, you're fine. And I was like, oh my god, they did it! They didn't do the thing! So
that reminds me of another series I'm reading. It's actually Kogals. It's an all-girl Kogal school, and everybody's name starts with Kuro. And
this I've probably have seen like a thing of this on Reddit. I just haven't actually sat down to page through it.
And they're trying to have sex with their homeroom teacher.
Oh my god, is this the one where they're all dark skinned?
Yeah.
Oh, and he's got a massive cock.
Well, I mean, he's constantly coming in his pants.
Yeah, okay. I know this one. I know exactly what this one is. I want this animated so bad as well, but it's not on my list.
That's hilarious. But that's what that reminds me.
And it like doesn't he like jizz diamonds or something like that? Am I thinking of the right one, or am I thinking of?
I don't.
Okay, because there's 3 ones that are very similar. There's that one where they're just like trying to mess with him and he's just jizzing in his pants. The second one where the guy jizzes diamonds and women find out, so they try and harass him and get him laid. And every time he jizzes, he loses 1 year off his life because it's so much strain. And then there's the third one where he's a teacher at an all dark-skinned Gyaru school. So for some reason that means that they're all sluts. And he has a massive dong. And like a running joke is every time he gets an erection accidentally or like because they arouse him, it's so massive that like people get hurt by it and like they go flying across like the room in the school.
Yes.
Yeah. It's fucking great. Those 3 are so funny. I love them all.
So, yeah. Was that 2 or?
Yeah, that was my 2. Then I'll go after you. Go.
Okay. The first one is Maho Tsukai Kuruhime, or it translates into Magical Gunslinger Kurohime.
That one sounds really familiar.
It's it exists in a world where it's kind of like an old, I want to say Japan, but it's like not really. It's like a parallel universe.
Okay.
Ish. Magic exists, and she's a gunslinger, and she's going around with this kid who's like a 4. It's been a while since I read it, so he's like a 4 gunslinger person, but he's like super fast with it. It's kind of a love story because he dies like halfway through it, and then she goes through this. She loses her magical powers, and she's like all of a sudden a kid, and she goes through the ages and everything like that.
Huh.
But eventually, there's like in the middle of the story. If you read the Peach Boy, you know the whole folklore of the Peach Boy.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Huh. Okay.
Halfway through the story.
Interesting. That sounds really cool, actually.
Yeah. It's a good action love story. Per se, I mean, I don't really like love stories, but this one's actually pretty good.
Like good
When it's incorporated with action. So
okay.
Yeah, that's not my number 9.
Number 9. Okay. Yeah, mine are in no particular order. So my next one is Ori no Genjutsu wa Renai game, or Is My Reality a Love Game? I thought it was a lifelike game. So basically, this guy wakes up with a floating screen in front of him, basically, and it tells him it gives him like an X amount of money is what he has, and he's given a task, he's given a target, basically. And in his mind, because they're all women, he's like, oh, I'm supposed to seduce and or rape these women is what he thinks that the task he is given is. So when he finds his first target, he discovers that she's in fact a serial killer. So basically, the guy's task is to spend or save as much money as he can and capture these women and turn these women in, basically. Mm-hmm. So like whatever. So I can't remember there. He's given a set amount that he has to do. And like the women are rated on like difficulties. So like one of the characters he encounters super early is like this innocent like high schooler that he sees sitting on the street, and he's like, "Oh yeah, that's a target. That'll be super easy." And she's like ranked like triple S or something like that, and he's like, "No." So and like he can like use the money to like buy tools given to him so he can like accomplish this task. And then like I said, if he runs out of money, he dies. And if he succeeds, whatever's left over is like his reward for completing the task. Mm-hmm. I think it's really, really interesting. It's really well written so far. It's always been super thrilling. So I would love to see this like kind of adapted to an animation.
Okay, number 8 for me. Oh, by the way, this is actually my top 9 that I want to see.
Yep.
So mine's in an actual particular order. So number 8 for me is 666 Satan. Super old shonen. Well, not super old. It's like in, I want to say mid, maybe late 2010s. But picture, if you ever read or seen Mar, My Cheerian Arms Romance.
Okay.
If you remember what Mar is. So in this world, there are artifacts that's ranked, 1 star to, I think it went up to 5. And depending on what, everybody has this superpower, has this power to activate these artifacts.
Okay.
And depending on, your affinity to it.
Roxas. You're normally so good. You normally just sit and do nothing the entire time.
I know.
And now he's just like, yo, I got this toy. And I super love it.
Okay.
Okay, so people can like activate these artifacts.
So, yeah, it's a mix between Mar and Rave Master.
Ooh, okay.
So, they can activate these certain artifacts that they came from ancient civilization, the whole story. And the main character, Satan, he's actually, a devil.
Yeah.
Or, again, most of my bottom tier lists it's been a while since I read it. So, So, like the story, he's actually kind of the devil, and eventually turns into like the what's that plaque where it has it's been used in a lot of anime. Black Clover. It was in Evangelion. It's like the weird circles where it kind of peers down.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
But eventually, it's like one of those angels kind of versus devils, and kind of one like that. But the story in itself, how they activate these different artifacts and how they actually use them, is phenomenal. The story in itself is great. It's more towards Rave Master. So if you like Rave Master, you would like this. And the action in itself, like the main character, at the time, will kind of remind you of Naruto, but better.
Okay.
So, I mean, and if you start from chapter 1, you'll see all the characters age up. Like, every few chapters, you'll see them. Oh, hey. But I mean, obviously, when you're reading, you kind of don't notice.
Yeah, you don't, like, really notice.
Until later. But yeah, it's very good. Back in 2010, I would like to see this animated.
Okay. My next one is andYarima. Some people know this as the Elder Sister God. Basically, this is the one famous for being a hentai adapted into a regular manga. One of the first one to do that. Unlike the Ikatsuki's house is a place for gals to hang out, whatever the fuck that one's called. And that's also getting a fucking anime, which just blows my goddamn mind. Anyway, so this is I want the anime version of this. I don't want the hentai version, but we could have both. I'm just saying, you gotta make money to make money. Very cute, very semi-disturbing at times, and also very depressing show because of just the subject matter and how everything comes to be. Anyone who doesn't know, little boy, or not little boy, I guess, young man, or young boy is destitute from his family. He's kind of the black sheep, very unloved, very not necessarily unwanted, but the people that did care for him are no longer really able to, so he has to go to his uncle's house, I believe it is, and he ends up opening a door he shouldn't have. And he unleashes a great evil upon the world, and it asks him, "Thank you for freeing me. What is it you desire? I'll grant any wish that you want before you die." And he's like, "I just want an older sister." And it's just like, what? So it takes on the form of being his older sister and starts caring for him, and it's a very wholesome experience reading it, but very sad because it's very heavily hinted at that something really fucking awful happens at the end of their journey together. We still don't know what that is, but we will see. I would love to see this one brought to the big screen. So,
okay. My next one is Parallel Paradise.
Yo, I almost put that on, but then I'm like, I sound too horny.
I think everybody knows what Parallel Paradise is. I would like to see, after redo of the Healer, I think it's...
There's no limit.
Yeah.
After Interspecies Reviewers and redo of Healer,
yeah,
that's it. You're good.
Yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't see anybody who hasn't heard of it or at least read a couple chapters of it.
Yeah, you definitely... I guess just to be safe for anyone not super in the know, what is Parallel Paradise about?
Well, you people living under the rock. Parallel Paradise is, I guess, an isekai, but it's kind of weird.
It's partially an isekai, yeah.
If you read or seen John Carter, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
So he gets into an accident. I don't know what kind of. I forgot what it was.
I literally think that it doesn't matter. It's just like he's like.
In an accident.
I think he's literally like, man, that accident was real bad.
Oh no, I remember. He was main character by the window. Go figure. And then this weird creature just grabs him.
Yeah.
Yanks him out the
that's
window,
right. That's right.
And next thing you know, he wakes up in another world where there's nothing but women under the age of.
I think they say 18.
Yeah, I think it was 18.
Yeah, they don't survive up to a certain age. I believe it's 18.
So there's nobody older than 18. Turns out he's the only guy there, and just from getting a whiff of him, just
Women go insane.
By insane, I mean they just start gushing through their pants.
Literal, just horny all the time.
Yeah. I haven't read up till now, but it turns out his voice is so deep it sounds like one of the other monsters that also has sex with the ladies. But when the monsters have sex with the girls, they die.
Yep.
However, if he has sex with them, they'll get this not orange band, but a band around the neck, and they get to live past
18. Yep.
18 and whatnot. I would like to see this. Besides, the horny reasons, but the story in itself is actually pretty good.
It's actually, at first, I remember first starting it, and I'm like, wow, this is just a really dumb excuse to just have the main character bone ladies and just make them super horny. Wow, that's real dumb. And then, I think it was 40 or 50 chapters in, because it's been going for a while.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, actually, this world building and, the shit that these people have gone through in their society and, their lives, this is real fucking cool.
Yeah.
In a tragic way, but it's an interesting, very interesting, it ended up being a really interesting story, so.
Yeah, so I would like to see this animated.
Yeah, okay. On a lighter note, my next one is called Beauty and the Beast Girl. This was a webcomic that turned out, got published into a manga. It is the girl love story instead of a boy love story of Beauty meets the Beast. The monster was one of those typical misunderstood creatures that, due to past events of other monsters, the village and people that she lives by were terrified of her. Some things happens. She gets driven out again, and she meets up with a blind woman who, and they eventually fall in love, and it's kind of their story together and how that progresses. I'm not going to give spoilers because the ending, for a first time in a very long time in a manga, managed to make me cry. Because they are very lovable characters. All the side characters are very lovable. The world that they live in is really interesting. So, magic is real, but not common. There's technology, technology, but it's like 1960s technology, and they're kind of stuck there. It's really interesting. The interaction between the two leads are so adorable that it's hard not to smile when they interact and get mad at each other, because they're just both goofballs in the funniest, cutest ways. So, Beauty and the Beast Girl, I would pay a lot of money to get this animated. That's for sure. So,
okay. All right, my next one is Cage of Eden.
I, to this day, still don't know how that doesn't have an anime, to be honest with you. I remember Cage of Eden being huge when it was a thing. Or, not too long ago, actually. That was, a huge thing in Japan, specifically. And then just kind of stopped.
Well, it got canceled.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why everyone was just like, well, fuck it, I guess.
Yeah, because the ending was, very ambiguous. It's like, okay, am I getting a sequel?
Yeah, is a sequel? What's going on?
It's okay. It's they got on a raft, and it's all right, here we go. And that was it. But, so... Is that you?
No, I keep mine on silent.
Oh. So, yeah. Cage of Eden, like I've said in the past before, it's basically Lost meets Lord of the Flies. Only this time you have adults on here, and you have...
Which I don't know if that makes it better or worse.
Well, in the story, it made it worse.
It made it much worse, but...
Story-wise, yes.
Yeah. I mean, both are tragic, but,
Yeah.
Would I want to see an animated Lord of the Flies? God damn it. Flies with a Japanese twist, or just Cage of Eden? I think just Cage of Eden. Yeah.
So, Cage of Eden, plane crash. Well, sort of. They didn't really answer that, but in the first couple chapters, it's for some odd reason... Oh, Manifest. That's what it kind of reminds me of.
Yeah, okay. Manifest.
So, if you've seen the first episode of Manifest, they just go through this weird thing. Next thing you know, they land 5 years later. It's kind of a similar thing, only they go through this pitch like void.
Yeah.
They don't go into a void; they're just void.
Yeah, like a void around them.
Around them.
So
next thing you know, they're on an island. There's like, I don't want to say prehistoric because that's not the right term, but it's like, I don't know what period it is, but it's not the Jurassic. It's not. That's the only actual period I know.
yeah, there's Jurassic, Paleolithic, and a couple of others that some dinosaur nerd will gladly correct us on.
Well, it's not a dinosaur period. It's kind of more way after that.
Okay.
So when more mammal type.
Yeah. Okay. I can't remember which one.
So anyway, it's
is.
more the mammal type period.
I think Neolithic. I think that's the Neolithic period.
Because it has saber-tooth, the dodo bird, dire wolves.
Okay. Yeah.
So anyway, that's there, and they're fighting, other classmates. They're fighting, a kind of adult leader who's quote unquote a doctor. You know that. That whole
trust
shtick.
me, I'm a doctor.
That whole shtick. But all in all, Cage of Eden is pretty good.
Yeah.
I think it's a lot better than, like I said, Lost. So I would, like Matt said, I'm surprised this didn't get animated at the time.
God, does anyone else remember that Lost was like the Game of Thrones before Game of Thrones?
Yeah. So
just as disappointing.
Well,
yeah.
I know.
Cage of Eden, I'm down. I'd be down.
Yeah. So.
My next one is Dasanku Gyaru ha Nama Remenkoi, or Hokkaido Gals are super adorable. For anyone who doesn't know about the Hokkaido region, very well known for its massive amounts of snowfall, highest in Japan and one of the highest in the world. And so the story begins with a kid that moves with us to Tokyo, or from Tokyo to Hokkaido. So quite a blast of culture shock right there. And he runs into a gal in the snow, and she's like, yo, I'm super cute, and it's like super freezing out, and this sucks. I'm cold. And he's like, all right, peace, and like ignores her. And I was like, all right, that's pretty fucking good. That's pretty great. So it's just this boy meets girl love story. There's no super big bits of drama, at least until where we're at in the story now. It's mostly just this guy that is culture shock from moving from Tokyo to Hokkaido, is making new friends that are slightly strange compared to what he's normally used to, and all the characters are very lovable. It's hilarious at some instances. As a Minnesotan, it hits home when all the Hokkaidans are just like, yeah, this is nothing. Like, it smells great. Like, it's fucking awesome. And it's pretty great. I'd love to see it just because it's kind of on the same level as Dressed Up Darling for me in terms of really liking the lead characters. So, yeah, I'd be excited for that.
Okay. My next one would be higher. However, it's kind of animated, quote unquote. It's 3D. It's in 3D form.
Oh, God.
Not like cel-shaded 3D like Ruby, but actual 3D.
Oh, God. That's what I think it is.
It's Tales of Demons and Gods.
Okay, not what I thought it was.
Great story for webcomic.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, this could have been higher on my list, but it is kind of, like I said, animated. The stories of Tales of Demons and Gods, it's one of your typical, mostly all Chinese webcomics. It's the not reincarnated, but resetting.
The retelling?
No, it's like the main character get to like a certain point in his life, he finds a MacGuffin.
Oh yeah, He
finds a MacGuffin. Next thing you know, he's back to being 12 years old or whatnot.
Yep.
With all the knowledge that he has from the future or his past. Anyway, so with all that knowledge and how everything or how to find certain power ups, he goes through his life again, only this time it's different because he has all that past experience, and he helps out all his boys and the classmates with the power ups and everything, and it just keeps progressing and progressing and progressing with I hate to say it, like Dragon Ball ish power ups.
Mm-hmm.
Only this time you just have more. No, I guess not really more MacGuffins. It's just that was the only MacGuffin in the first chapter. But anyway, it's kind of. I would like to see this actual, not American, Japanese, Japanese production on it.
Okay.
Or South Korean, depending on who.
Yeah, some kind of Japanimation.
Yeah, because I mean, if it's a webcomic coming from China, most likely Crunchyroll take it.
Yeah.
And if Crunchyroll takes it, most likely it would be a South Korean production crew.
Yeah.
Which much surprisingly, quick point of order, changed my mind when I had I'm blanking out here.
Too much pressure.
Yeah, I know. The anime definition.
Oh yeah.
Where I said I showed the definition of it, and it says Avatar, Teen Titans, and Boondocks are not anime.
No, they're cartoons. They're animation.
I know, but you'd be surprised. You've seen.
Yeah. I know.
And I looked. I'm like, well, who did the production of it? Well, besides Teen Titans, because that's DC Animation.
Mm.
Boondocks and Avatar is done by the same production company, and it's actually South Korea.
Yeah, Family Guy, Futurama at one point. Quite a lot of American cartoons are made in South Korea. So.
But yeah, I mean, would not surprise me if this does it would be Crunchyroll that does it.
Probably.
Much like, was it not Kingdom? Tower?
Oh, Tower of God. Tower of God and God of High School. Yeah, both those. Which I'll defend God of High School from an animation perspective. I thought that looked great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Story-wise, it fucking sucked. And everything else was terrible.
Yeah, I would like to see Tales of Demons of God animated.
Okay. Interesting. Perfect. My next one, number 7, is Hitomi-chan is Shy with Strangers. Small senior in school who's about waist high on me, so about 3 feet tall. Interacts with the scary girl in the school that is misunderstood and all that good shit. She's just shy. She doesn't know how to interact with people. People find her very scary because she is quite large in terms of height and everything else. Her teeth are unnaturally sharp. She has the shark teeth that I love in manga and anime. It's so funny to me. And yeah, it's just about their friendship blossoming and them being adorable. And him trying to get her to like interact with people, which she's super willing to do, and like not even bad at it. It's just everyone else around her is just like awkward as fuck and like misunderstands the situation constantly. They're like, so it's pretty fun. I would like to see this one only for the mostly for the cuteness factor. So
I think I've read the first chapter. This sounds familiar. Huh. Number 4 for me would be Isekai Shihai no Skill Taker. There's more to it. It's like harem. So
yeah, just
it is a harem series, but the way he goes about it, it's hilarious. So I can't again because I keep bouncing around manga, but this series where he gets Isekai as a hero, I think he get Isekai. Let's just leave it at that. And he wants to I want to build a harem of 100 women and everything like that. So his first girl he gets, it's like he wants to have sex with, but no, I got to do it right. I need a condom. I can't even say the
contraceptive.
Can't even say that fucking word. He wants that, and there's like the little bubble, like at the end of the chapter. Little did he know, he finds out later he could use magic for it. So throughout the whole story, as of up to now, he uses his magic for pretty much foreplay, on the girls.
Dude, the man knows what he wants.
Yeah. So I'm like, well, if I can't have sex with him, I'll just combine certain points of magic for foreplay, and like every night he does like tentacle play and everything like that. Eventually it gets to the point where he uses like like his trump card, but every time when he uses it, he gets super horny, and he loses all
sense of rational, as most men do.
Yeah. So
man, this is like the most realistic isekai story I've ever heard. He's like, I don't want to save the world. I just want to get laid.
Yeah. So, and he about to get to the point, and then either he gets knocked out or somebody just interrupts him, and that's kind of where we're at now, where it's like, well, there's nothing to do. He's like, I'm losing my mind. I have to have sex right now. And next thing you know, I remember this one thing. He was about to do this with one girl. It's like in the bushes. Next thing you know, his pants is just dropped. And somebody was popped out of the bushes. Like, what's going on here?
What's going on here?
Oh, nothing. It just stops. So this would be.
Oh, this sounds like the greatest sex comedy ever. I'll have to look at the title of that later, and I'll have to add it because this sounds amazing.
It's hilarious. But yeah, he wants his 100-girl harem. His house is as big as Cosmos, so he can
accommodate.
Well, actually, no, it's really big because for some odd reason he has an army of female skeletons guarding his mansion.
Why are they female?
Well, he doesn't. Well, he has a necromancy ability. One of his magic abilities is necromancy, and he calls upon a bunch of skeletons.
I just connected the dots, and I don't like where that went. He's the necromancer, and he wants 100 women. I don't like it. I know he doesn't, but we all know exactly what people would do. Let's not fool ourselves. We know where that's going.
It doesn't. Trust me.
I know. I'm just saying. We all know what would really happen.
But it's funny. It's like...
Yeah, this sounds hilarious.
It is.
They have to send that to me, because that genuinely sounds like something I would really enjoy.
So, yeah. I would like to see...
that sounds great. That sounds great. Yeah, oh, God. My number 8, Pashiri no na Baku Koshiro Nancho-chan, or Nancho-san, or I Belong to the Baddest Girl at School. So we are introduced to the weak, meek MC who has been bullied his entire life. Like, he carries extra money in his wallet just so he can give it to bullies because that is how much of a washed wet towel he is. He if someone asks him something even out of like just kindness or like interest, he just assumes that they're being really mean, and so he answers meekly or whatever. Like, he'll buy drinks for bullies because, like I said, he's a wet blanket. And so it just so happens that the bancho of the school, the delinquent that's in charge of everybody, happens to really like him, and it leads to one of those misunderstandings of the strongest girl in school asks him to lunch, so he's like, oh no, she's gonna steal my lunch. I guess I gotta go along with it. And so she interprets that as, yes, I successfully asked him out on a date and he's into it. And it's just this huge story of misunderstandings of her going like, hey, like, I'm going to the vending machine, and he's like, oh no, I got it. So she thinks, oh, he's being so nice and he's buying me a drink. In reality, he's like got, one of those flash images, like, in the corner of like the misinterpretation for like his view or something, and he interpreted it as her going, hey, go buy me a fucking beverage. And he's like, all right, sure, but I'll do whatever you say. And so it's just this long story of misunderstandings, eventually, until he is like, he eventually like comes to the realization of like, wait a minute, I kind of like her, and like she's kind of nice to me, and like she's not doing the normal bullying stuff. And it's like this huge misunderstanding of him being like, the funniest point is when he like is sitting amongst some of the friends he makes, and he's like, are we actually dating? and literally like, and then it's one of those typical like, half of the friends are like, well, yeah, we thought you were dating because of how you, and the other half is just like, what? Like, what do you like her? It sounds stereotypically dumb, but the characters are so likable. The scenario is genuinely hilarious because like you wonder what went wrong in this kid's life to where everyone can just watch this kid and he's just so fucking whipped. So, yeah, it's got a great ending. The two's chemistry is just it's so fucking adorable with these two. You have one of those typical, the delinquent from another school is, like, oh, I've heard you're the strongest around, so I'm going to kidnap your boyfriend. And he, of course, has a misunderstanding of like, oh no, now I have to serve this lady instead of, and she's just like, yeah, like she cares so much for you, like she'll absolutely show up. And he's like, yeah, I'm just her wallet. She's gonna miss her source of income. And she's the other delinquent's like, what is wrong with you? I love it so much. It's so good. I really want to see it animated.
That reminds me of a similar story. Similar series. It's similar guy, type of similar guy, and I think it's like his senpai or something like that. And she's constantly smaller than him with her boobs. And it's like she's the president or something like that. I'm like, oh my god, she's trying to kill me with her boobs. And
oh, I know exactly what one this is. I can't think of the title.
Yeah, I can't.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
It's like every chapter she's trying to get him like.
She's literally just teasing him, but he interprets it as, oh god, she's after my life.
Yeah.
I think it's literally that. It's like my senpai is after my life or something like that. Oh god, I haven't read that in I think it's over. I can't remember if it got completed. Genuinely so fucking funny and cute.
Yeah, it is.
Like she's just like want to hold hands, and he's like, oh, there's an ulterior motive to this, and I'm like, what?
Yeah. But anyway,
good. I love it.
So number 3, Ubel Blatt.
Okay, I see. I can see.
So, if you haven't read Ubel Blatt, you are missing out. It's your I don't want to say typical revenge story.
It's not typical. It's pretty fucking good.
It is a revenge story. Probably better than Redo a Healer. I mean, if you take out the sex of Redo a Healer.
Yeah, if you take out the parts that people weren't okay with in Redo a Healer.
Point of order, actually, everybody in the panel agreed with there's nothing wrong with Redo.
No, there's nothing wrong. It's fine. It's a story.
Yeah.
Get over it.
So
honestly, I've talked about it before. Yeah. Anyway, go on.
So, in Ubel Blatt, it's set in a German kind of country because everything is
it's
German.
Pretty German influenced.
Yeah. So yeah, it's German influence. It's a very good revenge story. So there are 4, 7, 12, 11. Sorry. Wow. So 11 heroes set out to conquer the Demon King or whatnot on another continent. Halfway through, or about went there. Let's just say halfway through the journey, seven of the heroes said, "Nah, I don't want to do this. We might die and everything. Like, you guys are a bunch of cowards." So the four that were left went off, destroyed the Demon King. When they came back, the 7 heroes say, "Oh, hey, we didn't think you were gonna come back. Well, since you've done our dirty work, we're gonna kill you now," and then whatnot. And that's what they do, except for one of them who survived, ate a fairy, and next thing you know, he has. I don't want to say fairy-like powers because fairy-like powers is very ambiguous in general anime.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically gets his powers from the moon, or at least I don't know what it's called, like I don't know. Basically, if the moon's out, the greater his power is.
Yeah.
So now he sets off on this voyage of revenge to kill the quote unquote 7 heroes that save the land and everything like that. I haven't finished it, but because there was like so many hiatus and everything like that,
yeah,
it was ridiculous. But story wise, I would like to see this animated just on principle alone and story, and I think depending on who they give the production to, or who produces it, it would be phenomenal. Like,
yeah.
If they give it to Mappa, because
Oof.
I mean, just because what they did with Attack on Titan, yeah, just animation wise.
Mappa does good work. I
Yeah.
mean, they did. Anyone who doesn't know, Mappa also handled Masoki Tensei, the jobless reincarnation. So
yeah,
I think they could handle this type of story very, very well.
yeah.
So
I mean, just as cinematography alone would be awesome.
oh, it would be so fuck. There's so many good shots in that panel. Like holy shit, dude. Yeah. I'm not gonna say it's on the level of Berserk because that man did some fucking work and absolutely made some works of art. But damn, this series is right up there. So I'll do because you have two more. I'll do two here. One would go pretty quick. Please go home, Akatsu-san. This one is genuinely so funny. Yet again, one of those. I have a lot of Boy Meets Girls Gyaru things. Apparently, I really like Gyarus and Boy Meets Girls. This one's great. So, man goes home after a long day at high school, and of course, his classmate Akatsu-san is just in his apartment, just vibing. We're not really sure how she got in. I think she says that she just got through the window, and it's. And she makes that her place to just hang out and vibe. She spends constant, like day after day there. Eventually, she starts spending the night, and it is this adorable love story between these two characters who don't want to admit that they like each other, and the scenarios they find themselves in just become more and more hilarious and great. Also, we got introduced to his landlord, and she is so funny. So she is how to explain it. So she loves the idea of these. So she ships them basically. She very much just wants them to be together because she thinks that they're a cute couple. So she will like always listen outside the door for like the things that are happening, and it cuts to her sometimes of her being like, all right, I got my energy for the day. And it's just like, it is genuinely so funny. Very cute. It's so great. And then the next one is Yanchigal no Anju-san. So this is another one of those gal bullies the nerd in school, but really they like each other, and it's cute and adorable. And even the bullying is never mean-spirited. That's kind of what I like about it. It's very much one of those just teasing, having fun, I'm in on the joke, but I won't push it too much type deal. She always teases him by, being like, oh, you're looking down my shirt and blah, blah, blah. Like, you can look for free and all that shit. And then there was a huge thing that happened recently in the manga. I'm not going to spoil it, but damn, it was a long time coming, and it was great that it happened. I love it. The art style is pretty unique. The side characters that we sometimes go to, I'm not the biggest fan of, just because I get really sick of side characters for the most part in stories. If it's a love story like this, I'd really prefer just to stick to those two, and then like the side characters or whatever. I don't need 8,000 couples involved in a fucking manga. That's the main reason I dropped Komi-san, is because I don't fucking care about any of the classmates or any of the people she interacts. But yeah, Yanchigal, based off how well my Joseph Darling did, I think people kind of really just want this two really nice people getting to know each other and just having a really cute romance type deal. So I think it would do really well. I think it would look really cute with the art style. So yeah, I'm all for that.
Okay. All right. Now, my top two, it's honestly
always flips.
It's always flips. So the reason why this is number two, because I think for the past couple of years has been rumblings of it. I think it's just rumors on rumors on rumors, and none of them are facts. So number two is Solo Leveling.
Yeah, Solo Leveling. Yeah, that's been. Yeah.
It's like constantly rumors on rumors that it should be. It's being animated, but none of them is.
Yeah, I've heard rumors for about the past 3 years, roughly, for that. So
I mean, that's why that's in number two. I mean, honestly, it should have been number three. Ubel Blatt should have been higher, but just on story alone, it's what do I want to see more of?
Yeah.
So Solo Leveling, if you haven't, again, if you're under a rock, is about a player. They're called players because they have everybody, for some odd reason, just awakened a certain power, and he gets classified as a D player. And in this world, you can't you can't level up.
Yep.
You're just stuck at that certain level. Whatever your strength is, that's that. Whatever. I mean, if you're awakened, that's what they call it. I mean, yeah, you're pretty much stronger than your average human. I think they said you're stronger than like your, Olympian.
Yep.
Or whatever like that. So even if you are D, you're stronger than an Olympian. But still. So main character, I think it's Jinsu.
I'm pretty sure it's Jinsu, yeah.
Yeah, Jinsu goes into a dungeon. It was classified as a sea-level dungeon, I believe. Let's see.
Yeah, it's like above his rank, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's just like slightly above. But they go into a dungeon. Turns out it's a double dungeon, and he solves all the riddles. Yeah, he solves all the riddles, and then next thing you know, he kind of gets betrayed, gets left for dead, but he awakens with a new, player system. He's the only one that can see, the whole player system where you see the pop-up screens, you see everything like that. And so he starts to level up, and eventually he gets up to S ranked, and he has the necromancy job skill, which, by the way, is fucking phenomenal. I think for any...
Yeah.
I mean, you think about all the series out there that has, like, certain classes like that.
Yeah, there's a reason the main character often isn't a necromancer, because it's the cheat ability without being the cheat ability.
Yeah. I'm reading another webcomic that's similar, like Solo Leveling, only without the class, and he picked the necromancer.
Yeah.
Only this time, the difference between it's more this... In Solo Leveling, it's more of a shadow necromancer versus an actual... He can't... The one I'm reading right now, he can't just cancel it out. And they're just there.
Yeah.
Which is weird. So, number 2 is Solo Leveling, and number 1, my all-time favorite, Shonen Jump. It is...
Oh, fuck. Oh, God. I'm going to feel so stupid when you say what it is. What is it?
Siren.
So, yeah.
So, yeah.
Fuck me. I'm a bad friend and co-host.
That's fine. But, yeah, seriously. I am very, very surprised this wasn't animated. I get it. It was canceled. I don't think they do canceled series.
No, it's weird
But at the same time, yes, it was canceled. However, they finished it. It is actually finished, not like Cage of Eden, where it's like where that could have continued. This one actually ends on, not like a rushed ending, but it actually ends. But yeah,
Yeah, I'd like to see that. It's interesting.
If you haven't read Siren, read it.
Yeah, please do.
I know the story doesn't really pick up until the... Let's see. They went to the future once. That's the opening. Come back, and then they go again. So if you're reading it, the story doesn't pick up until after the whole Dune worm.
Dune. The Dune arc.
Yeah, the Dune arc. Until once they come back from that one, that's when it starts to really pick up. So
yeah.
Read it, push through that first couple arcs, and then start to get
he really found his stride after the first bit.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
Because I just reread it for the third time. It's like it took me a week to finish it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's... I know it took a while, but that's our list of things we want to see animated. Moving along. This ought to be good. Indie Parents are suing their son to for
not providing grandkids.
Not providing grandkids and causing mental stress because they spent all their money on him growing up and everything like that. And so the story goes like this. Parents raise their son, spend all the money going to school and everything like that. He goes to America for what was it? Film?
He's a pilot, from what
pilot.
I understood.
Yeah. So pilot, job fell through because of recession and everything like that. Comes back home to India. A couple of years to get back on his feet.
Yep.
They do an arranged marriage and say, "Hey, thanks for putting me up for a couple of years and everything like that. And thanks for finding me a wife. And I'm gonna go back out and back
live my
work."
life.
So throughout the whole 6 years they've been married, no kids, and now the parents are suing him for
mental fucking damages or something like that.
Mental damages and everything like that. It's like, hey, we spent all this money on you. We want to spend, we want grandkids, spend our retirement years playing with the kids. And I read through this article saying, we spent all this money. Hey, we just want, if you can't take care of them, we'll take care of for you while you and your wife work. And I'm like, well, you just spent all your money raising your son.
Yeah, raising your son.
What money are you going to have to raise this
that's
kid?
what I was saying the entire time, too. I was like, I feel like we're just going in circles at this point of, like, you want compensation for the time spent for no grandkids, implying that you really need the money.
Yeah.
So now you're saying, give us grandkids so we can raise them if you don't want to, but you're struggling with money.
Yeah. So
what are we doing here?
Right. So the parents are suing him for the amount of $650,000. I don't know what that translates in
to
rubles?
India. Yeah, ruples, I think India uses.
Yeah.
Rupees, I think. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know what it trend.
I'm not trying to be insensitive, but it's just like I don't know a lot of currency out in the world, so
yeah.
I know the yen, I know the rupee, I know the euro, I know the franc, I know I don't even know what South Korea uses. Australia uses dollary dues.
Oh yeah, damn, what does? Anyway, so yeah, I find that very funny that his parents are. It was the first case. This reminds me of the lawyer, of Amber Heard's lawyer. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's like, sure, I'll take the case, and then halfway through, we're gonna fucking lose.
We're gonna fucking die.
It's like, nobody's gonna hire us anymore after this shit. God, is that over yet?
I have no idea. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, every time I go on YouTube, I just see it on my feed. It's just the comment moments.
Yeah,
comedy moments of it. My dog stepped on a bee. Yeah.
Big fan of the fact that she snorted crack in the middle of a fucking courtroom. Big fan about that.
Or the one where she's posing for a picture while holding her.
Yep.
But anyway, props to. I would love to know what happens to this, because I don't think they're gonna win. The judge is gonna
no. We'll give it away.
The judge is gonna look at this like, what the dismissed.
Dismissed. Fuck out of here.
But yeah. Anyway, so on to our reviews. First one is Succubus Appli Gakuen Saimin, which translates to Succubus
Succubus Appli. Or Succubus Appli, I think.
Appli is basically Succubus app, hypnosis school. I forgot you have to switch these two around.
Yeah, I have to swap them because it's fucking dumb.
This whole fucking... I know I read a lot and it's always right to left, but even I'm reading it. But anyway, so in the story, your guy, typical phone Gets an app on his phone. What the fuck is this? I thought I deleted it. All of a sudden, Succubus appears behind his back. It's like, hey, that's an app where you can hypnosis all these girls. You can have it for free. Of course, then again, you don't read the fine print. Payment is through, obviously, his semen, which we don't learn until episode 4, which is kind of weird because he's banging these 2 girls through the app as well as paying the Succubus.
Yep.
On the back end, and at the end, he's like, shrivel up and everything.
Yep, one of those typical, I fuck too much.
Bone too much and everything like that. So, your typical, hypnosis app and everything like that. Not bad. Oh, wait, this wrong. I'm on the wrong one. It's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. I would like it. I assume that there's probably a doujin of this because that's what Queen Bee tends to do the most.
Yeah, it is.
So I would probably just read that over watch it because Queen Bee animation is fucking garbage.
Well, I mean, they're getting better.
Are they though? I feel like
they are.
I feel like I've been lied to.
I think they're getting better.
Okay. I will drop that conversation because I don't think so. I think they're getting worse.
So yeah.
Yeah, rate it, don't watch it.
Right. Next one is Yarmi Queen, or New Manoid Cam Caston. I watched this a long time ago. This is actually pretty funny. I wish there was more episodes of it.
I do too.
So, story goes, there are a bunch of heroes. I think they got separated or something like that. Everything like that. And so eventually, one of the demon generals tried to, capture or kill one of the 2 main heroes. And they said... It's really hard to explain, really.
It's from that period of both anime and hentai where they just threw shit at the wall.
Yeah.
And instead of being like, we'll do what sticks, they just pick it up off the floor and they're like, no, this goes in the show.
Yeah, because some of the comedy of it is like there's this big, broly... buffed out dudes. It's like, oh, we're the protectors of these, maidens and everything like that, and then they find themselves in the wrong spot, and one of them gets shot by a monkey.
Where'd the monkey come from? I don't know.
I don't know. One of the demon generals, for some odd reason, when she's spying on one of the heroes, she gets lapped up by a dog. Just comes out of nowhere.
Why? I don't know.
I don't know. And then
if you're asking the question why, what, where, who, or how, the answer is I don't know.
Yeah. A lot of, I wouldn't say a lot of Yuri. There's Yuri in it.
There's definitely some Yuri.
And then you get the weird dogs that turn into monsters. One of them turned into like a weird puddle, slime tentacle monster. Another one is just a buffed out dude with the dog head on it, and then just bangs away on one of the girls. And that's pretty much it. There's one episode.
There's one episode of just the strangest shit you've seen in a hentai in a long time, but none of it's like uncomfortably strange. It is absolutely played for comedy for pretty much the entire thing. I'm not going to say it's self-aware in how weird and fucking odd it is, but it's definitely not trying to be serious.
No. This came out in 2000.
Yep.
It's by Green Bunny. Again, I wish there was
I wish there was more. I wish there was more.
This is going.
I'm invested in this plot.
Cause
what's the plot? I don't know. I need another episode to figure it out.
Yeah. Yeah, so I would watch this just on comedy alone.
Yeah, just
comedy.
get some popcorn, just pop it in, and just be like, funny.
Because yeah. Who knew?
Yeah, I don't know.
Who knew?
Who knew? I don't know. I don't know. You don't know. No one knows.
No one knows. But yeah.
Yeah, I recommend. Highly recommend that one just for comedy.
Right. But yeah. That's pretty much it. Normally would probably be more to it, but we're gonna sample some Kit Kats in a video later, so look for that. Just look for that.
Yeah,
there might be a lot of videos for it. Just look for the Bronze League video. Just type in Bronze League, and then hopefully it'll come up with Kit Kat.
Hopefully.
But until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. I'm Jared.
I'm Matt.